So, try something a little different this time. I'm going to talk. I can do the same normal talk, and then I thought about playing. I'm going to play the Aragon RPG, the turn-based RPG that was on the Game Boy Advance. So let me know if you guys want me to quit. I'm just going to do this and talk and do the same thing I usually do. Just going to talk while I'm playing. So let me know. I think I can. I might actually have to get my phone. I'm trying to think of how I'm going to do this. Hang on. I don't know because I'm not going to see the. I'm going to do this. I can have it in a different window. That's what I'm going to have to do. I'm going to have to see. I'll have to alt tab out of it. I'll have to open it in a window. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Hey Brian. Yeah, that was kind of the idea, just to kind of liven it up a little bit, so it's not just me, you know, just me staring at a screen. Kind of give you guys something to watch here. I gotta get it in a window though first. I didn't think about that because I can't see what you guys are saying while I'm doing this. So you know what? I think my controls got screwed up again. I gotta. Thought I saved it. I guess I didn't. There we go. Okay. Go up in Aragon's room here a little bit. I don't know. I don't know if the sound might not be able to do this. I don't know if the sound, if you guys are getting the sound, because it's kind of screwy on my end for some reason. And I gotta get this. I gotta get this in a window. There we go. Okay. Oh man, yeah. I didn't have. I had the Pocket, which was the first revision of that, which is I think it was still a dot. It wasn't dot matrix, but it was the one. It was the one right after that. So I didn't have the OG. I had the one. Pretty sure the Pocket was the first revision of it, I believe. Hang on. I think. I guess what I'm gonna try to do here is probably gonna have to restart RetroArch. Try this again here. I remember playing the original Game Boy with no backlight and trying to see at night while riding in a car on my way home. Oh yeah, so the Pocket had the same problem. Pocket was exactly the same. It had no backlight, and I had to have one. I had one of those. I had a worm light. So yeah, I had the exact same problem, Brian. I feel your pain. Fine, it was fine during the day. Like during the day, it was fine. But yeah, at night, even with the worm light, those things were not that great, man. Yeah, that sucked. I don't. That's one thing I don't miss about the '90s is stuff not having backlights. Everybody craps on, everybody crapped on the Game Gear. The Game Gear had a backlight. Sega was thinking ahead there. I gotta give them that. Crap all you want on the Game Gear and Sega, but anyway, all right. Let's see here if I can do this. Try this one more time here. And I'm not going to. Here we go. Okay, I should be able to do this now. I think I have to have the window open, I guess. Okay, there we go. All right. I think this will work out better because now I'll be able to read your guys' stuff while I'm doing this. My brother got it for Xmas from a family member and didn't play with anything else he got. Yeah. Yeah, that was me. Whenever I got video, my parents figured out pretty quickly what once video games like I got into video games pretty young. Like probably not younger than most people, probably about 5 or 6. My parents figured that out. Same thing here. Let me see. You know what I might okay, hang on. Oh yeah, hang on. You're gonna love this game then. It's literally like Final Fantasy. It's like a turn-based. It's actually really surprisingly good. I started playing it last night. I'm gonna have it in tandem here so I can see what I'm doing on my other screen here. Okay, I think I got it here figured out. Yeah, Brian Thompson. I've never played that particular game before, but love Aragon. Yeah, you're gonna love it. It's if you like, it's literally like Final Fantasy. It's a turn-based RPG. It's like I started playing it last night. I just got through the prologue. You play as Arya, like when she's transporting the Saphira's egg. And that part's like pretty much everybody. I watched some reviews and things. People said that's like by far the worst part of the game, and then everything after that it just picks up immediately. But it was already I was already having fun with it. What other games do you have? I got tons of other things. I wasn't gonna play this the whole night. It's just something to I just thought about doing. Oh man, is it gonna screw up on me here? Hang on. I wonder if I'm not gonna be able to do this. I can play other things. Hang on. Try this here. Okay. I think command. Let's see here. Try this again here. Again, I don't know if the sound's gonna work. The sound's a little weird. So anyway, I like I said, I literally just got past the prologue, and it's just the beginning with Aragon and Garrow's house. After Aragon tries to hawk the Saphira's egg on Warren, I think, or Sloane. I don't remember. I'm trying to remember. And then here I'll show real quick. And I might have to. I don't know if I have to change my. I think I got to change. I didn't save my control settings again. I probably have to change those again. Yeah, I got to change those again. Sorry, I didn't have this ready to go, guys. I mean, I kind of did, but I don't know why it's. I've never done this before. I've never done it in tandem with like my face before, so this is a little new for me. Anyway, yeah, here's my party. And you can do everything. Like I said, it's Final Fantasy style. Like you can change equipment. It's got everybody's stats, and you can even like there's specialties and stuff. Like you can I don't know if they're showing on here, but yeah, your focus. Like you can focus on different things. Like if you want to focus on it says hunting. You can do focus on attack spells. It's like, for like most standard RPGs. Or some RPGs don't even have that function. You just get whatever you get. Let me know what the sound's doing, because it sounds a little it's weird on my end. I don't know. I don't know if it's working on if you guys are hearing the music or not. I might just mute it if the music is funky. Crazy old Brom. My first game was a Nintendo handheld octopus game. You had to make the diver go down and get treasure before the octopus got you. I think that was 1981. Octopus game. Oh, is that one of those things with the little rings? Or are you talking Game and Watch? Maybe you're talking about a Game and Watch. Ocean views, no sound. Yeah, see, I'm trying to figure out. I wonder if it's just sharing the screen and not the sound. I don't know. I'll have to figure it out. Default. Let's see. Microphone. Default speaker audio. I don't know. I'll figure it out. I'm probably just gonna kind of play it by ear here. It was a dot matrix game. Yeah, Game and Watch. Is it Game and Watch or is it something similar to that? I don't know. I want to get some Game and Watches. I had the knockoff Game and Watches. Hang on, I gotta move my seat here a little bit. Hang on, folks. Hang on, I'm not in a very comfortable position here. Hang on, I'm getting a little more comfortable here. It does look like Final Fantasy. Did you ever play Star Wars Attack of the Clones on Game Boy Advance? It's pretty good. LOL, old school graphics. Yeah, I've heard it's good. I've heard it's good. I have not played it, but I've heard it's good. Maybe I'll play that. I mean, like I said, I might. Maybe I'll play some Game Boy. I'll play some other Game Boy games. I didn't really. I had a Game Boy Advance when I was a kid. But I didn't buy a lot of games for it. I don't know why. I came out like when I was able to when they were got cheap enough where I could easily when I get one or it was cheap enough for me to get one. The DS had already come out, so I kind of just moved on to the DS real quick. I was a Game Boy. I went from the Game Boy to the DS. I didn't really um play a lot on the Game Boy Advance. So I'm kind of trying to make up for that a little bit. Hmm. Oh wow. Okay. Wow, you can actually modify weapons in this. Oh my God. Wow. Yeah, I've watched a couple reviews of this and people are like it's like it's a full-fledged RPG. I mean, it's like it's almost on par with with Final Fantasy or something. You can supposedly I didn't even realize. I knew there was item crafting. I didn't even know there was weapon modifications though. This is awesome. I got right is a list of all the items you currently have. Oh yeah, I gotta click back here. You guys are getting my voice though, right? I mean, I'm assuming you're getting my voice because you're able to hear you're talking to me. It's just the game audio. There's probably something I have to do for the game audio. Okay. So this is adding like is this be like adding charms and stuff? Deals more damage because of the sharpening stone. Yeah. Okay. It's just weapon mods. Okay. Yeah, that's cool. And then you can do it. See, can I add a sharpening stone? I don't have any money, so I guess I can't do anything else right now. Okay. Okay, so this is the forge here for your weapon mods. Okay. All right, trying to get to some more exciting stuff here. Oh yeah, Batman game. You're talking about the dot. If you're talking about the dot matrix stuff, yeah. I've played. I've played. I have played on a dot matrix Game Boy. I have the original. My babysitter. They had original Game Boys. Star Trek TNG. Yeah, there was a TNG game on Game Boy. I think too. As far as I'm aware. Yeah, I'm trying to figure that out. Ocean View. Um, I don't know. I think it's because I'm only doing screen sharing. I'm gonna have to do. I mean, I guess let me know if you guys really want to hear the audio. Um, supposedly the music's pretty good in this game. I'm probably just gonna let it go for now, unless it's like a huge deal for you guys. So trying to get out into the wilderness here. I think I have to go. I'm not sure. I'm assuming I have to go hunting or something. Nope, can't go that way. Okay. And what are these guys? What are these guys want? What are these guys doing here? Oh God, is this like a okay? Actually have like side quests in this game, like little activities and things you can do. Huh. All right, maybe I'll hang on. I like to try to get the sound working. If you want OG 80s toys, what one would you want to own? Um, over Star Wars. Probably Boba Fett. I know Boba Fett's like is not the one like that's really sought after. The original Boba Fett's like really hard to find. Here's a kid. Fresh string. Okay, I don't know what the hell that's for. Yeah. Okay, collect some basil leaf, basil, basil. Let's see. Gotta find that other kid. There he is. Some gold. Brass tongs. I thought what a kid had brass tongs. Okay. Need endurance of 5 to open the crate. Okay. Thieves. They look like freaking Garrett from freaking Thief from the Thief game. That's kind of funny. It was one of the Death Star playset. Yeah. They remade that. I think isn't there a 90s version of that? I don't know. Yeah, you can actually do combos here. I only have two unlocked, but yeah, squirrel. I think can you hunt? Said there was a hunting skill. Yeah, the Sand People toys would be awesome. I had I had the Jabba's Palace set. I had to sell it though because I needed money at the time. Just Roaring. Who is this? Roaring's with me. An old hunter. I think this game actually is side quest. That's impressive. This game is honestly surprisingly in depth for a freaking tie-in to a freaking kids movie. I'm trying to get the sound working. The fighting reminds me of Skies of Arcadia, Legends for the GameCube. Oh yeah. Oh man, I have the Dreamcast version of that game and I have not played it yet. I know that's like you're probably gonna get mad at me, Brian, because I know that's like I need to play it. There's so many RPGs I want to play. Because yeah, I've heard that's amazing. I know. Have you played the Dreamcast version? The only thing I'm hesitant on that is um I I hear different things. Some people say the to play the Dreamcast version. Some people say to play the GameCube version. Have you played both? Or if you've at least if you've only played the GameCube version, sell me on it. I guess over the Dreamcast version if you know anything about it. I know there's like they changed some things, and I've heard some things are better, some things are worse. So different people recommend different things. Some people recommend the Dreamcast version. Some people recommend the GameCube version. Oh my God, there's too many of these guys. I guess I'll just fight them because they're gonna overwhelm me here. Oh man, I'm already shoot. I'm gonna have to. I don't have any health items. Roaring's already starting to. Oh, it actually let me keep my health items from the beginning because there was like a prologue with Arya, and like I said, I was just getting tons of health items. It actually let me keep those. Doesn't really make sense continuity wise, but oh well. I don't care. I'll take it. Yeah, Brian, let me know. Brian, what which version do you just fully recommend the GameCube version? I guess I don't know if you've ever played the Dreamcast version. Let me know what your opinion on that is if you have one, or give me some kind of a pointer there, or if you even know what I'm talking about. And I'm sure you know it's a remake, or it's a yeah, I'm pretty it's a remake because it's different. It's they didn't just port it. I'm pretty sure it's a remake. Oh my God, there's tons of these guys. I might have to run from this. Um, I don't know. I'm not sure what I want to do here. I've only played the GameCube version. You fight with flying battleships as well as regular fighting, which is sweet. The story is magnificent. I bet both versions are great. Okay, so you've only it's fine. I've heard they're both. I mean, no, I've heard they're both great. But maybe I'm tempted to play both. I'm tempted to just play the Dreamcast version first, and then and then go from there. I probably will. I might have to run from this. I don't know if I can take all these people. This is a lot. I might, you know what I think the sound problem might be, guys? I think because I'm playing this on my laptop and I'm not really hearing it. it's kind of I think my laptop is kind of struggling here, which it shouldn't be because this is a brand new laptop. I'm not really sure why it's having trouble here, unless there's something with my sound chip or something. Because I'm barely, it's like it's kind of sputtering. It's not the sound is kind of weird. I haven't quite figured it out. I'll figure it out. I might just have to do this on my desktop next time. I just want to try this, something different. So we're gonna go Aragon here. Oh man, Rowan's about to eat it here. Better heal him. Oh, no, I'm gonna use it on Warren here. Yeah, no, I know. Yeah, it's great. I was shocked. I was shocked. I was generally shocked when I started playing this last night. How surprisingly good this game is. Just picture like it's literally like Final Fantasy music. It's like just picture like Final Fantasy 7 or 8 music in your head. Maybe yeah, picture that in your head and that's pretty much what it is. And like the sound effects are all like sound like basically Final Fantasy sound effects. But supposedly this soundtrack is the guy that did this supposedly is pretty well known for doing like portable soundtrack. So he has some cachet, I think. Oh, that's funny. The enemies are actually running. Okay, how many got? Okay, I killed everybody. All right, good. Probably should save here. You ever have Star Wars trading cards? No, yes, prequels. I don't know if you're gonna get mad at me, Ocean, but no, I've never. I have some. My dad gave me some Return of the Jedi ones. Um, so I've got a few prequel or a few original trilogy, but most of mine I collect. I did collect some prequel stuff, like some prequel trading card, like I had Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith stuff. But so yes, your short answer is yes. There, Ocean. I have to get my dad. My dad's got some original trilogy stuff. I need to get it from him. Thank you for uploading the Tom Clancy books. They're amazing. Of course, no problem, Jacob. I plan on doing more. I want to do. I need to do End War and Hawks and a couple other things. I just haven't. I've been so like, I just got caught up doing Star Wars stuff. So it's coming. Don't worry, it's coming. I've got Patreon people now though. I have to kind of I try to please them. So the last couple of things I did, just like the comic book and the Aragon thing, didn't take that long. So that's why I just kind of threw those out there real quick. I'm sharing you out on my community tab, my friend. Of course, oh, I appreciate that, Jacob. I saw that because I looked on your channel real quick one time and I noticed you were doing that. So thank you, Jacob. I appreciate that. I very appreciate that. Oh, can't pick up crate. Too weak, I guess. Curious. The only thing I don't think there's a map. A lot of RPGs don't have maps though. That's pretty standard. You just kind of have to wander around until you figure out where to go. I'm assuming I'm trying to find Braum. I'm assuming that's what I'm doing here. I might run from this. I'm gonna go the other way. All right, I guess I'll just have to do this. Yeah, this was I shouldn't have ran. That was a mistake. Shit, I gotta heal Katrina here. Oh yeah, you can dodge. I forgot you can dodge attacks. I forgot there's even a dodge mechanic. I keep forgetting about it. Something tells me I want to go this way for some reason. Oh, yeah. Man. Oh man. Yeah. I gotta be a little careful here. Hang on, I'll answer more questions here. Just let me get through this fight real fast here. And I better heal here. Come on. Guy, die already. All right. Something's telling me to go this way. Spine. Okay, yeah. I think that's where I'm supposed to go. All right, I'll answer some questions here. The one where Sam's daughter gets brought into the fold as an agent took me off guard. I love how much of a badass she is. Oh yeah, that's the new one. Is that Firewall? I haven't read that yet. I have not read that one yet. I haven't got. I will. I will. I've heard mixed things. I've heard overall it's pretty good. I'm not. I don't know. I'm not too keen on the idea of Sam's daughter being a Splinter Cell. I'd rather Sam I'd rather Sam just be. I like Sam being like the guy in the chair and Sam being not being a fielding agent anymore. At least like most of the time, he needs to just be like because I know they're trying to retire Sam. I know what they're trying to do. They want to make Sam like the guy in the chair, which actually I'm okay with that. But yeah, I feel like he wouldn't be comfortable letting his daughter be a Splinter Cell because wasn't she just like she was just like an art major, wasn't she? Like I know she was in college. Like the last like book that really went into Sarah. I can't remember which one of the older books. She was just like an art major in college. I mean, I know people change course and change direction in life, but I don't know. I have mixed feelings. I have very mixed feelings about Sam's daughter being a Splinter Cell. I don't know. Maybe the book will sell me on it. I need to read the book, I guess, because I've heard overall it's good. Ocean View. Did you know that after Tom Clancy released Hunt for October, he got a visit from some government agents questioning him about the stuff in the book? Yeah, yeah, oh yeah. I know a lot about Tom Clancy. Oh yeah, he's my guy. So yeah, he's one of my favorite boomer authors. So yeah, he got some heat for that. And then also I like the story more about Some of All Fears, how he almost got in some really big trouble for that because he tells you basically how to build a nuclear bomb. He leaves out some things. He leaves out like I think one thing, literally just one thing, and I think the government was like they were not happy about that. But yeah, I have heard that story. Yeah, because he hung out with people that supposedly he hung out with people that worked on that stuff, and he kind of just like filled in some gaps. And he was a huge like huge military nerd. So he with the people he hung out with, and then like just doing research, and this is all pre-internet. I mean, I have to hand it to the guy. That's the one thing a lot of people forget. Like pre-internet, it was not easy to find like really esoteric information. You had to know where to go to find that stuff. So I give him a lot of credit because it's so much harder. It was so much harder back in the 80s and even the 90s. Even in the 90s, it was not that easy to find that kind of information. So he knew his stuff. But yeah, I like that story. When October's the only one I haven't read. Oh man, you need to read that. Classic. That's classic. To me, like if you are a fan of like thrillers at all, or any kind of fiction, you gotta read it. That's there's no question. Hang on a second. I guess it's because I like the Microsoft Sam AI voice. Oh, so you actually like that? Man, you're like one of the few because almost everybody complained about that. It's funny that the Splinter Cell audiobook has the most views out of all my audiobooks. And it's like probably it's my shouldn't say worst, but it's like my most basic one where it's just the Microsoft Sam voice reading it. And I still get people almost every other day that, oh, this is stupid. This is a stupid AI voice. I don't like it. I don't know. I don't get that. Like, I'll never understand why people do that. People like just don't say anything. If you don't like it, just move on. If you took the time to write a message. Anyway, I don't want to go on that tangent, but she did it without his permission. She refused to be a victim, though. Sam didn't want her to be one either. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I like I said, I'm on the fence. I shouldn't say anything. I'm a little on the fence about I can see that. I guess if they like frame it as like she was tired of being because she got kidnapped or whatever, I think once or a couple times. You know, I can maybe see it if they frame it as like she got tired of being kidnapped or whatever. So maybe I need to read it. I know I've heard it's overall pretty good. So the last one I read was Choke Point. Yeah, that's the yeah. Is that you talking Tom Clancy? Oh yeah, Tom Clancy? Choke Point. What is that? Is that God, I'm drawing a blank on that right now for some reason. You're talking Ghost Recon. Yeah, sorry. I figured okay. That's Ghost Recon. I don't know, you're jumping from Splinter Cell to Ghost Recon. I haven't read the Ghost Recon books. Know I have the audiobooks though, but I haven't read them. I don't have as much of an interest in those. I like Splinter Cell a lot because it's mostly I kind of like single operator stuff more. I'm more on like single operator stuff like Splinter Cell than like team operator stuff. I like Rainbow Six though. I loved Rainbow Six the book, than the book and the games, the older games. I wasn't big on the new one. I did not. I'm not big on multiplayer only games though. I like single player. I'm more of a single player guy. It probably I'm older. You know, when I was younger, I loved multiplayer. Like I like both. I like single player and multiplayer. Now, the older I'm getting, I kind of like single player better because I don't. It's just too. When you get older, you don't have as much time to like get out, try to get all your friends together and stuff. What do you think about Bob Lazar? I've heard of him. He was the guy that supposedly didn't he say he reverse engineered alien stuff? I don't know much about him. I don't know. I'm big on conspiracy stuff though. If you want to talk conspiracy stuff, I don't know. I'm probably gonna lose people, but um, I need to look more. I've heard people told me some really interesting things about him, so I don't know. Yeah. When I was especially when I was younger, man, I was huge into UFOs, like UFO and like conspiracy stuff. We can talk more about that if you want. Yeah, I've heard of Skinwalker Ranch. Yeah, my sister is really into that because I know they did a TV show or they do a documentary. Or I'm sure a lot of it's probably BS, but um, I've heard about it. Isn't there like weird like creatures and like experiments and stuff? Supposedly like government. I know the government owns it. Like there's actual documentation that there was a guy that owned it, right? Wasn't there some guy that owned it for a long time, and then now the government owns it or something? And it's weird. I know there's weird stuff, weird reports, and talking about this is making me think of did you guys ever watch the show Project Blue Book? Project Blue Book, and I know it was fiction. I mean, it was loosely based off of like I mean, Project Blue Book was a real government program. It was where they supposedly they investigated UFOs and stuff. But that I already knew. I mean, it just hit the sweet spot for me because they talk about the stuff, that kind of stuff, which I love. Like when I was a kid, man, like I'm blanking right now, but like those weird aliens, like the ones like how there's just so the thing with the goblins or whatever, those goblin aliens. I know I'm kind of rambling right now. Um I can't remember the name of it right now. Like there was a family, they had a farm. They had a farm and they supposedly said these little goblin like gremlins. It made me think of gremlins or like critters. It was like these little this was in the 50s, I think. And they said these little goblin creatures, they landed in a little UFO and they came out and they attacked them, like they attacked their house or something. There was that. There was like um what is that one thing? The thing that looked like a weird it's in Majora's Mask. It's that weird looking thing that looks like an owl. It has like the face of like an owl. They're pretty sure it was an owl. Um God, God, I'm blanking. I'm totally blanking right now because I'm panicking. Um, shoot, I can't remember. Anyway, I used to be big into UFO stuff, man. I was big into my when I was a kid in my teens. I was huge into UFO stuff, man. I've kind of fallen out of it recently, but okay, come on, Ghost Recon. Yeah, I've heard they're pretty good. Combat Ops, yeah. I've heard they're good. They've got a lot of views on my channel, so they must be halfway decent. Art Bell, yeah. I've heard of Art Bell, yes. I remember him. He was still around. Like is he still around? I don't know. I don't know if he's still around doing stuff, but I do know him relatively well. Yeah. Oh yeah. I know Art Bell pretty well. He's kind of like the Alex Jones of UFOs, right? Sort of, except less screaming. He screams a lot less. Conspiracy theories are super fun to research. Oh yeah, I love that stuff, man. I was like super into it in my teen, like I'd say my as a kid and teens definitely, and then sort of my 20s. I kind of fell out of it in my 20s a little bit. It's easy to fall down the rabbit hole. Yeah. Oh yeah, it is. You have to be careful, but it's fun. It's harmless. I think most of it's like 90% of it's harmless fun. Yeah, and it's not Roswell. Yeah, I know that one really well. Most people do. The windmill. God, what is the name of it? I'm totally blanking on it. Hang on, I'll just look it up real quick. Um, yeah, is it Flatwoods? Yeah, the Flatwood Monster. The Flatwood Monster. That's it. Sorry, that one always fast. I think that one and the Goblin one. I'm trying to remember the name of it. I'll try to look that. Hang on. Yeah, the Kelly Hopkinsville encounter. That's the other one. That's the one with the little goblins. Yeah, man. If you like anybody watching this, watch Project Blue Book. That is such it was such a criminally underrated show. Oh my God, my fiance and I will always look forward to that show. It was great. It was they kind of played things up a little bit. Like it was a dramatized show. Like it was a dramatized show, but it was like they would go like it was a scripted show, but they took real Project Blue Book stuff, like the actual stuff they investigated, and it only went 2 seasons. We were so mad. Her and I were so mad when that got canceled because it was great. They did the Flatwood Monster, they did that the Kelly Hopkinsville encounter. I think they even did they did a Roswell episode. They did all that. They did. I think they might have done a Skinwalker episode. Like they did. It was like X Files basically in the 50s. It was really cool. Anyway, um, let's see, Area 51 in Nevada. Do you know about Area 52 in Utah? Yeah, I've heard of it. I know there's other areas, whatever. There's other I've heard of Area 52, but being I'm sure are there other ones? I don't know. I watched Jesse Ventura too. That's another show. I don't know if you guys know about Jesse Ventura had a show back in the 2000s called just Conspiracy Theory, where he literally went to Area 51 and stood in front of it. Oh man, we're losing people because we're talking. I'm only down to 2 people now because we're talking about goofy stuff. But that's another one. It's fine. I probably didn't want to let this go as long anyway. But go ahead and check. Sir Jacob, I just wanted to say thank you, and I highly appreciate all the wonderful books you've uploaded. Of course, yeah, no problem. Sure, Jacob. Have you ever watched The Fourth Kind with Mila Jovovich? Yes, it's extremely underrated, in my opinion. It's very underrated. It's flawed. It's got some problems, but I was genuinely spooked by a couple of things in that movie. And I know it's like it's faked or whatever. Like even the real footage is faked or whatever. The real footage is faked, but I liked it. Well, I don't know what your opinion on it is. I'm assuming you like it, Brian, since you're bringing it up. I liked it. I genuinely liked it. It has some problems, but it's spooky. It's creepy, man. I don't know that movie creeped me out. I don't know. I don't movies very rarely creep me out. Very rarely. Even when I was like in my teens a little bit here and there, but once I hit my 20s, because then that came out when I was like 20, 21. That one spooked me. That's one of the few movies that's spooked me in my adulthood. It was creepy. Like I remember watching with my dad. If I don't know if you want me to talk about this, but I remember watching with my dad, and like during the movie, it didn't really creep me out while I was watching it, but like I'm like, oh, he went to go to bed, and then I went to bed, and I'm like, yeah, the movie wasn't that scary. And then I'm laying on my bed, and I start hearing the ooh, blah blah blah, blah, like the freaking chanting, the whatever it is that it was supposed to be like Sumerian or whatever. I'm laying in my bed, and I'm hearing ooga ooga weeba, and I'm like, oh god. I'm just like I'm like freaking out. I'm like, it's just my mind playing tricks on me or whatever. But man, that got me. I don't know what it was, man. Like I've seen every freaking horror movie known to man. There's that maybe it's just because there's so few movies that do creepy aliens like that. Very few movies do like very, very few. Like I know there's Fire in the Sky, like there's a couple other movies. It's very rare where they do spooky aliens like that, like really, really spooky aliens. I don't know. Very few movies do that. Maybe that's what it is because it's just something you don't see much. Ever seen the Spielberg series Taken? I've heard of it. Yeah, I've heard it's pretty good. I remember when it was new and I missed it. I need to probably watch it. I've heard good things about it. I need to probably get back into this stuff. I was like I said, I was huge in aliens, guys. Like in my when I was a kid, in my teens, and then I don't know, I kind of fell out of it for a while. But I was huge, huge in aliens and UFOs, and probably because I grew up in the '90s, the X Files. X Files was huge. The '90s was the X Files decade, and it even bled into the 2000s. The '90s and the early 2000s were all about aliens. So that's probably part of it because it was just a big, big cultural thing at the time. But it genuinely interested me. Wasn't even that. It wasn't the hype. It just genuinely interested me. exactly like you said, it was faked, but it creeped me out pretty bad, and I'm not easily spooked. Yeah, I don't know what it was, man. I don't know what it was. That was one of the few movies that spooked me, and I've seen like I can watch the most intense, like crazy stuff, and it doesn't bother me, but for some reason that did. I don't know why. I guess, like I said, I think it's just the it's just I guess just the uniqueness of it, maybe, and just how they did it and how it was framed, I guess, or something. But I totally agree with you, Brian. Yeah, totally. We seem to have similar tastes in movies and things. Fire in the Sky freaked me out back in the day. Yeah, I've seen Fire. Yeah, that. Oh God, yeah. That the abduction scene in that. Oh my God, that's 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 probably the only other like spooky alien movie that's sort of freaked me out. Not still not as much as Fourth Kind for some reason, but close, really close because it's extremely spooky. That's more like just intense though, I think, than spooky. Like Fourth Kind, you never see the aliens. That maybe that's what it is. That's I think what it is. That's probably part of what is the Fourth Kind because you never see it. You never see it. You never see the aliens. That's probably what it is. You never actually see them. So it freaks you out. That's what freaked me out, I think, because your mind, your mind fills in the blanks. God, that movie, that Fire in the Sky is freaky though too. Don't get me wrong, dude. I totally agree with you there, but oh, okay, sorry, yeah. I guess I'll start playing the game again. Oh shoot. Right, you said that. Oh man, Warren's getting freaking whacked here. Oh god. Oh, I guess I gotta revive Warren here. I wonder if he revives after the battle here. Let's see what happens here. I wonder if yeah, wow, okay. Wait a minute. I guess it just resets after the battle. That's actually sort of hopeful. Man, I'm probably gonna have to run from this. Yeah, I'm gonna have to run from this. Actually, hang on. No? Huh. It resets, I guess. Interesting. Okay, here's where I found Saphira's egg. I'm assuming I have to find Brahm. I don't know. I'm not really sure. I need to learn the combos in this, honestly. And I don't know why these enemies all of a sudden got a lot tougher. I'm probably not supposed to be here yet. Man, man, I hope I just F myself here. Oh, I'm dead. Let's see here. Oh, there's checkpoints? Wow, okay. There's a kid. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm gonna go after the bow. You know what? Let's see here. Precision. Oh god, I forgot to heal my party here. You know what? Hang on. Okay. Um, yep, how to use Game Genie. Um, man, yeah. It was like a necessity on NES and even Genesis, some Genesis games, man. Because they made those games real tough. Yeah, I'm wondering if I'm going the wrong I might be going the wrong way here. I wonder if I'm doing something wrong because I'm feeling like this is like a huge difficulty spike here out of nowhere. So I have a feeling I'm probably okay. Yeah, see, like two enemies, that's understandable. I guess they use the salts to revive people. The salts are like your Phoenix down. Let's see. I don't know why these enemies are all of a sudden so much tougher. I'm probably just not supposed to be here yet. That's the only thing I can think of. Is I'm not supposed to be here yet because I'm getting racked here. I'm getting completely railed here. So I probably need to grind a little bit here, I guess. I wonder if there's a quest. Do I have a quest thing? A quest what do you call it? Like a journal or something? I don't know if I do. Hmm. I don't think I do. I'm gonna go in a different direction because I'm clearly probably not ready for that yet. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting the dodge too. That's part of it. I'm not used to being able to do that in RPGs. Yeah, you can dodge. Say I just did it. I just did it there. I just keep forgetting about it. This game seems super hard, just a little vague on direction. It's not that hard. I'm assuming I'm probably, yeah, here we go. Gonna make you bleed. What is he, Arnold? Sounds like some Arnold Schwarzenegger would say. Keep forgetting the dodge. I'm not in the habit of doing it because I'm just not used to doing that in RPGs, man. It's throwing me off here. I think is it keep screwing up. I think it's either there's one button to dodge sword swipes and there's one button for arrows and magic. Trying to remember what it is here. Let's see here. Pretty sure it's B to B for physical attacks. Yeah. Did you like the Fable games? Yes, I did. Oh man, we lost everybody. Shoot. I don't know. I guess you're the only one here, Brian. I probably won't do this again because I don't know. It doesn't seem like I think I'm having trouble juggling the game and talking to people. So maybe because I'm not talking enough. But I just want to do something a little different. I'll probably just go back to my normal live streams after that. I think Brian, I think you're the only one who seems to be enjoying this. But yes, I did. I enjoyed the Fable games quite a bit. The first two especially. Three was okay. I don't think it was as bad as people made it out to be. It wasn't horrible. Like people acted like it was horrible. It wasn't horrible. It was just a letdown compared to one and two. I'm kind of the opinion that each Fable game got slightly worse. I think isn't that the general consensus? Like the first one's the best, the second one's like still great but not quite as good, and then three is just kind of okay. I'm of the general. I mean, most people say three is like bad, but I would say it's just okay. So I'm kind of the general like I'm of the probably the general consensus there. I agree with most people that each game gets slightly worse. My attention span, yeah, wouldn't be able to cope with talking and playing. Yeah, that's kind of I think that's kind of how I am. I'm kind of one track minded, so I think I'm turning people off, I guess, because I'm not talking enough. So I probably won't do this again, but at least for a while. I just want to do something different. I don't know. Just want to switch it up a little bit. I don't know. Maybe I'll turn the game off here in a bit. I'll play a little longer for you, Brian. I'd like to get at least get to Braum and maybe get Saphira, and then I'll probably quit after that. So see if we can get some people back. I don't know. I'm assuming I gotta go that way. I don't know. I don't know what else to do. I don't know. I try going a different direction maybe or something. But can't go that way. I don't know. Let's try fighting these guys now. See if I'm strong enough now. Yeah, I'm still not doing that much damage to them. Man, these guys are still kind of whacking me here. I keep forgetting I need to dodge. That's part of my problem. I need to dodge. Not dodging enough. Okay, he just ran. I guess I could just keep grinding. I mean, geez, how much longer do I need to grind here? I need to block better. It's part of my problem. Go ahead. People want to say things. I can Trying to multitask here, but yeah, I think Brian's on the money here because I'm just not I'm not able to multitask. I'm a one track mind kind of guy. I got to do one thing at a time. All right, let's see here. Yeah, I'm starting to run out of health stuff. Getting a little concerned here. Looks like to grind more in this game than you had to in original Pokemon 4 for the Wii 4. Yeah. No, I mean it's pretty standard like RPG stuff. It's not that bad. I might not even be going the right direction. Like I said, I don't even know if I'm going the right way. If I'm supposed to, I'm probably not even supposed to be doing this yet. I have a feeling I'm not. I need to dodge better too. That's part of my problem. Like I keep saying, you have a dodge function in this game, and you have to time it like freaking perfectly though. I don't know. I guess I'll just keep going until I eventually find something here. What's up, Summers? Hey, Zachary. Yeah, you've been in here. It's been a while. Shoot. Yeah, I don't know. Some enemies just do crazy damage, and then some don't. I'm not quite getting it here. I need to learn the combos too. That's part of the problem. I dodge that. Yeah, A is to dodge like ranged attacks, and B is for close attacks. I think. I have a feeling I'm probably not supposed to be here yet. I can equip some things. I can do that at least. Yeah, don't worry about it, Zachary. There's no doesn't matter. There's not like there's a set time or anything that you have to be here. I'm just playing. I'm probably gonna quit at some point here soon because I'm not. I don't know. I'm losing. I'm barely getting people watching me. I guess most people don't feel like watching me play this. I just want to switch it up a little bit. So I don't know. I'll probably quit here in a minute because it's not much is really happening right now. Yeah, don't worry about it, Zachary. It's all good. I don't care. I just want to do something different. I don't know. I just want to switch up a little bit. I was enjoying this, so I'll probably I don't know. I'm not gonna probably go as long this time anyway. So I know most people probably just want to talk to me directly. Man, yeah, god dang. I'd like to at least figure out where I need to go here before I quit. Oh man. I guess I went the wrong way. Yeah, I have a feeling this is just like an item area, I guess. I don't think I'm this is part of the quest, I don't think. Yeah. Yeah, it's all good. Yeah, that's my only complaint. A map would be nice. I'm assuming I'm not supposed to be here. I'm not positive, but I might have to look up. I normally don't like using guides and stuff, but where was the I thought it was over here, yeah. Oh, I just didn't even think about it. See, that's the thing, like there's a nice path here that's kind of showing me where to go. Don't know. Try going over here, maybe? This is gonna be where I came from though. Hmm. I don't know, maybe I'll go back into town. Yeah, it's just this forge again. Can't go that way. That's a dead end. Don't think I can go up here. Okay. Is that all I have to do is just get the gold? I don't know. Let's see. Where's my gold at? 98. I don't have enough. Is that all I have to do is literally just collect gold? I just have to grind there and just collect a bunch just to collect gold. I guess that's what I'm supposed to do. Let's see. I'm assuming you're going to you gotta I can't imagine you're not going to find Braum here. Oh, here's Braum. Geez, he was in town. Now, what am I supposed to? That's the only thing. Hmm. I'll probably just quit here until I can kind of figure out where to go. You guys probably getting bored. I mean, one person who's watching me here probably getting bored here. I couldn't blame you. All right, I'm gonna probably quit here because I've got a few new people. If you want to talk, yeah, you're fine. I'm probably gonna just quit here because I think people would probably rather talk to me. So it's all good. I might come back to it at some point. I think most people don't really care. So, two people that are in here. What do you want to talk about? Talk about anything. Yeah, I agree. No map. What were they thinking? You're fine. It's all good. Anything? How are you? Anything new going on in life? No, not really. Trying to think. Not really. Nothing really major for me on my end. I don't usually try to talk about like life stuff on here. I usually kind of try to keep it fun. But weather's getting cooler, which I love. We can talk about, we've been talking about Halloween is coming up. Fall is coming up, and fall and Halloween are my favorite. Halloween's my favorite holiday, and fall is my favorite season. So I'm excited. That's what I'm excited for. I'm so tired of summer. I'm so tired of the heat. I hate, shouldn't say hate it, but I don't like the summer. I do not like heat. I don't like it. I'm Scandinavian, so that my Scandinavian blood, my Swedish Scandinavian blood does not like the heat. I freaking hate it. So I'm excited. I've been in a better mood. Brian Thompson, what's your favorite way to play Skyrim? I always go to the stealth archer. Yeah, I've done stealth archer. That's a good choice. Uh, let's see. I either do. Yeah, you're similar to me because I usually do stealth archer. I do that, or I do. What's the other one I do? I like stealth characters in general, but um, I usually do that, or I just do like warrior, like barbarian kind of class. Those are my two, I would say, go tos. Same with dressing up for Halloween. Yeah, I probably will just for the heck of it. I don't even have like a party or anything to go to, but I might just do it just for the heck of it. I kind of moved to an area where there's more kids, So I might get trick-or-treaters this year. So I might do it. You know what? I'm gonna gauge situation. I'm gonna talk to people that live around me and see what they say. If there's a decent amount of trick-or-treaters, I might I might do it this year. Maybe I'll maybe for the stream, maybe for the stream I'll dress up. I dress up and do like dress up like a Jedi or something. I don't know. I'm gonna do some stuff. I'm gonna try to do some things for Halloween for the channel for the channel. I mean, I wanna do more like horror Halloween stuff. I kind of skimped on it last year, like just in general, my real life and last year was not a good year for me. So not to get into too much detail, but like I had some personal thing, like and not me personally, but my family. I had a couple family emergencies, one really bad one. Um, so it was like it was not a good year. Like end of last year was not a good time for me. So I kind of skimped on that. And that so this year I'm gonna try to make up for it. So if you are and you haven't decided a costume, I think you should go as a sexy nurse. Oh my God. Oh man, I could not pull that off, dude. I know you're joking, but um oh man, I shouldn't say this, but man, yeah, I better not say it, but maybe I'll do that, Zachary, just for you. Just to just to see how horrible it is, so I can burn everybody's retinas with how terrible that would be. I guess the counter's not right because it's only showing one. And I know Brian and Zachary are both here talking to me, so I don't know what's going on. The counter thing's probably screwed up. Fall is the best weather and holidays. 100% agree. I live in the South, so it's humid. Yeah, yeah. I'm in Missouri, and we're not much better, man. I hate it. I freaking hate the summer. And Missouri summers are awful. This year actually wasn't horrible. It wasn't great. I mean, we're still in summer, but it wasn't horrible. It wasn't horrible, but it was not great. Even when our summers are not that bad, they're still bad. Like they're still even when it's not unbearable, it's still not fun. I just hate it. I hate the heat and humidity, and it's gross. I'm so looking forward to the fall, man. You have no idea. I've been waiting for it for like past month, honestly, because August is just awful usually here. If you dress up as a sexy nurse, you will be one of the most legendary people I've ever met. Okay, maybe I'll do it now. Maybe I'll do it. Maybe I'm worried I'm gonna get in trouble, but maybe I'll do it. Maybe a sexy Jedi nurse. I don't know. I feel like I need to make it like sci-fi related somehow. Like I wish that guy that talked about Dune with me, whoever that was here, so I could do something like something sci-fi related. I want to make it sci-fi related somehow or like fantasy related, but I'll do something. I think I'll do something. Don't worry. I'll do some kind of a stream or something if I'm not at a party or something, which I'm sure I probably won't be. But I live in South Carolina, and I swear you can take a shower in the morning and you never get dry. Yeah, that's Missouri's not much better. We're not much better, trust me. Like I said, we didn't actually have a horrible summer this year. It was more hot than humid. Actually, usually we're more humid than hot, and actually this year it was more hot, which still sucks. But it was a little bit more bearable this year. It wasn't awful. It wasn't awful this year. I was genuinely surprised. You don't have to act, yeah, you don't have you don't want to. No, I'm just yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'll do something. I wanna try to do um I know Star Wars books are like the main draw on my channel now, but um I wanna do different stuff. I wanna do different things. I feel like I'm getting a little pigeonholed. I know I said that on the last stream. Um I feel like I'm getting a little pigeonholed with the Star Wars stuff. I know people say like if it ain't broke, don't fix it, and I agree with that. But I feel I kind of want to do a few different things. I don't know. I want to do like horror. I'm a big horror person. I'd like to do some horror stuff, horror books, and just horror things in general on my channel. I mean, audiobook. I'm mainly gonna do like audiobooks because that's pretty much what my channel is now. But um, I don't know. I just want to do some different things. Not that I'm gonna stop, keep doing what I'm doing. Don't worry. I mean, don't. I don't know. I was a little worried about doing the Aragon thing because I was worried about people like, no, this is stupid. Like, Aragon is stupid. It's it's for kids. I can't. I understand. Like, God, people just hate. I don't understand. Like, I really do not get the hate for that book series. Is it high art? No. Is it anywhere near as good as like Lord of the Rings or something? No, it's not. But come on, it's a fun little story. I don't get it. I don't understand. DC by far, Zachary. I like I like a lot of Marvel stuff though too. Don't get me wrong, I do. But if DC, I'm a DC guy. I guess you weren't here. We talked about that for a little bit on one of the other streams. DC. Ryan Thompson. It's always good to branch out of different things. I love Star Wars, but variety always helps. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, no, I love Star Wars to death. I love it to death. Absolutely love it. The EU and everything. But I have to do different things. I mean, I know I'm not technically. I'm just putting on audiobooks or whatever, but I don't know. I just kind of want to switch it up a little bit. I'm gonna keep doing Star Wars. Don't worry. Anybody that's watching this, if you're watching it live or watching after the fact, don't worry. I mean, that's what I'm gonna keep doing it. It's just I want to add sprinkle some other things here and there. Do you have a favorite horror movie? Oh man, that's tough. I have a lot. Um, my gut instinct wants is Evil Dead though, the original, and I'm gonna just put them all together. The original Evil Dead trilogy because it's basically one big movie. So I would say Evil Dead one, two, and three, or Army of Darkness, whatever. Evil Dead is my favorite horror movie. If I have to pick one, I guess just Evil Dead one, I guess the original Evil Dead. If you made me pick one, I like Evil Dead two a lot though. It's tough. I go back and forth between Evil Dead one and two. Thanks again for all the audiobooks you put out. I listen to them while driving and cutting grass. Yeah, of course, Ryan. I hear that all the time. Yeah, people say they do it while they're driving or whatever. Yeah, no, I totally get that. I totally understand. I appreciate it. I appreciate the thanks. I appreciate it. So it's no, it's I'm trying to keep it fun. I'm trying to I'm trying to make this fun. That's part of why I do these live streams because I like talking to you guys and I want it to be, you know, this isn't just something I'm just doing or just I'm not just trying to make money here. I'm just trying to have fun with you guys, trying to spread the enjoyment here of science fiction and just books in general. Your channel may do whatever you want. Yeah, no, I know that, but I don't know. I'm just one of those people like I'm a lot better than I used to be because I have OCD and I used to have it real bad. Like I used to not to get too personal, but like I used to have trouble controlling it and I would like obsess if I got stuck on something, I would obsess over it. I don't know if you guys have watched the show Monk. That was not far from me. I wasn't quite as bad as him. I wasn't quite as bad as Monk. I was probably like a couple steps down from him, but like I would just get stuck on things and like I couldn't get off of it. So I do that sometimes. Like I'll get stuck on something and I'll be like, oh man, am I screwing up on my channel? Am I doing something wrong? Like, are people gonna get mad at me? Like I get very like I stuck, like just like your needle gets stuck. It's an OCD thing. So I appreciate that, Zachary. I appreciate you saying that. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Like I don't know. I'm I feel like that's something again, I feel like that's something that's not appreciated much anymore. Like most people are just like they just watch the same things over and over and over again and like I don't know, people just like I'm trying to think, I'm trying not to crap on anything in particular, but like I don't know, I've just noticed people like when they find something that's like and I have OCD and I'm saying this, like people get stuck on things like people that like Harry Potter. It's like, oh, that's all they like is Harry Potter. Like I just gotta watch Harry Potter over and over again, reread the books, and like, why don't you read something else? Like I love Lord of the Rings. I love Lord of the Rings. I love it. I love it. But I've I don't get how I couldn't just sit and reread Lord of the Rings over and over again. I couldn't do it. I could not do it. Or like I know some people do that. Some people just they find something they like and they just go keep repeating it over and over again. I get it. I totally understand. I just don't do that because I can't do that. I have to experience new things. Like even if it's crappy. Like I almost like I'd rather watch I get comfort things like comfort movies and comfort books and comfort TV shows. I totally 100% get that. And sometimes I'll do that too. But like I'd rather watch like a crappy movie I haven't seen before than rewatch something I've seen a million times. Like Star Wars. I love Star Wars to death. And and I'll watch the movies if they're on TV. Like if they're on TV or something, yeah, I'll watch them. Maybe I'll sit and I'll catch them or whatever. But I can't just sit and just rewatch. Like I wouldn't just sit and just rewatch them over and over again. I used to do that when I was a kid. I'm not. I'm not saying people can do what they want because I used to do that when I was a kid. I would sit and not over and over and over again, but like I'd rewatch movies and I don't know. I can't as an adult. I can't do that as much. I don't know what it is. I'm trying to get on a too big of a tangent here, but yeah, these live streams are super fun. Yeah, I'm trying. That's what I'm trying to do, man. I'm trying to make it fun. I enjoy it. I enjoy it. I like talking to you guys. I mean, I wish I could get, you know, I wish I get a little bit more momentum, but I get a few more people here and there. But aside from that, and no, I mean Zachary and Brian, you guys are awesome. You guys are sticking with me. That's awesome. People jump in and jump out. Yeah, if people want to talk, talk. You know, you can say whatever you want to say. If you don't want to, if you don't want to ask questions, if you just want to like say like, hey, I like this or I don't like this. If you don't like something on my channel, just tell me. If there's something you don't like, or there's something you think I'm doing wrong, say it. I don't care. I won't take it personally at all. I get that I had to force myself to hang my clothes up out of order in my closet to try to keep my OCD under control. Oh man. Wow, yeah. I feel that. I'm kind of like that with like the books and stuff. Like I kind of joked my fiance like before I had these all sitting in boxes and it was driving me nuts. Like all these just sitting in boxes because I'm like they're out of order. I almost wanted to put them in order when I was putting them in a box. I'm like, no, that's gonna take forever. And she just kind of laughed. She didn't laugh, but she's like, because she know obviously she knows me. And she's like, it's driving you nuts, isn't it? That you can't those are out of order. It's sitting in a box. And I'm like, yeah, it is. And she just kind of she chuckled a little bit. And she's like, yeah, she's like, I get it. She just put them on your shelf when you want. So I did the next day. But yeah, Brian, I feel you, man. Zachary Wagster, me neither. I always try to my best to absorb new things, though every once in a while I will return to some shows or movies or books I like. Oh, of course. I mean, I'm not again, totally. I totally understand because my fiance is kind of like that. Like she finds something she likes and she sticks with it and she just kind of like she just repeats it and repeats it. Some people do that. I don't like I generally don't like doing that. But some people are like that, and I get that totally. It's a comfort thing. Like I think it's a comfort thing. It's like wrapping yourself up in a warm blanket. Like I get it totally, and I do it. I'm not saying I never do it. I'm not saying I never do it. Like you know, I've sent like The Simpsons and Seinfeld are kind of like those are two of my kind of comfort shows. And once in a while, like if I had a bad day, and honestly, maybe I need to do this more. I'm probably I'm being too harsh because maybe I need to do it more. Because I've done it before once in a while. Like last year, like I said, when I had some family emergencies, I kind of did that. I kind of started watching The Simpsons again and it helped me. So I get it. I totally get it. But like if you're in a good and but if I'm in a good place though, I don't like to do that. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe like it makes me think of like it makes me feel like I don't know. Maybe that's my problem. Maybe it's my problem. That's probably my problem because I think maybe I associate it with like being upset or something, and it's like I need a like comfort thing. And I don't know, whatever. I'll move on. But everybody can do what they want to do. Sticking to one thing nonstop, even if you like it, is a good way to burn yourself out. Yeah, that's my problem. Or that's my argument. Yeah. Like it's like with Star Wars. Like I love Star Wars to death, but I have to take breaks from it. like the books. Even the books, I love the books to death, but I'll if I read a bunch of Star Wars books in a row, I'll go in spurts. Like, I'll read a bunch of them all at once, and then I'll quit, and I have to move on to something else. Like, right now, I've been reading a lot of fantasy, and I can tell I'm getting a little burned out on it because I'm rereading, I'm going through Wheel of Time, right now, and I'm gonna have to take a break. I already know I'm gonna have to after the book. I'm on the second book. I just read book one. Read books one and two back to back, and I'm gonna have to take a break. I already know. And I before that I was reading Aragon, so I'm gonna have to take a break from fantasy. I'm gonna have to probably read sci. I'm gonna have to read something else so I don't get burned out. Oh damn! I didn't know you were gonna get married. Congratulations. Thanks. Yeah. Yeah. We've been engaged for a few years now, a couple years. So we're trying to COVID, man. COVID, like we got engaged during COVID, like right before COVID, and it just derailed everything. So we're trying to get everything, get all the ducks back in a row here. Thank you though, Zachary. I appreciate that. Did you like Big Bang Theory? I did the beginning. Yes, actually, I watched it. I watched it when it was new. I watched it when it was. You know what's funny? What's really funny? I watched it. It was not a huge hit right away. I don't remember it being like an immediate hit because I remember watching the first season. I liked the first season of that show. The first season of that show was hilarious because it's just them goofing around. I liked. Here's my opinion on Big Bang Theory. Okay, it's. I'm trying to think. I don't want to go into. Okay, it's already lost people. I already know unless the counter screwed up. Okay, here's the thing about Big Bang Theory. I know it gets that whole thing about, it's nerds, it's nerd blackface and it's nerd stereotypes and blah blah blah. Like it's just, trying to make fun of nerds and stupid. Like nerds kind of get defensive about like get upset and get offended by Big Bang Theory. And I think that's a little silly. Like I think at least the original intent, I don't think that was the original intent of that show. I don't think it is. I don't think it was. I don't know if even about anybody's listening to me. I don't know. I might have already irritated people by saying this, but I don't think that was the intent. Like it was kind of poking fun at it at nerd culture a little bit. But then that first season, they was just them goofing around. I liked how it was just them goofing around and there was no relationship drama. And then I know what happened. It got popular and then they just started injecting relationship drama into it. And then that's when I dropped it. I dropped it in season two or like season two or three because it just became relationship drama and like every other show and I didn't like it. But like that first season is gold. That first, I'll stand by that. I don't care. I don't care. Whoever was watching this or whatever, I'm probably losing people because of this. I will stand by that first season. That first season was funny. That first season was hilarious and was gold. That first season was gold. I'll stand by that. I don't care if I lose nerd cred, whatever nerd street cred or whatever the hell that means. I'll stand by that because it was just them goofing around. Like I can still picture scenes in my head, like this the time machine, like where the time machine scene, and then the scene like with the Flash, like the Flash stuff, and like just the early that like parts of season two, I think they still kind of did it, but then like they introduced the drama, and it just became another sitcom. But before that, it was just a bunch of nerd guys goofing around, and it was hilarious. So I'll stand by that. Big Bang Theory season one is great. I don't care. I don't care if nerds again, I consider myself a nerd. I don't care. I don't care if that loses credit in the nerd circles. I like it. Season one and prime part of season two. I'll move on. I don't know if you guys don't keep talking about that. Really random question, but if you considered opening a Discord server, honestly, I think you get a lot more interaction with fans if you did. I do. I did have a Discord server. I posted on my Patreon. I guess should I post it on the main page? I probably will. Zachary, do you? I was worried about just getting random people, but I guess I will. I guess I'll just post it on the main page because right now it's just a Patreon thing right now. Um, I don't know. I haven't decided yet. I haven't decided. I probably will. I'll probably just make it public for everybody. I might as well just to get more like yeah, more momentum, like you said, more fan interaction. Yeah. So I'll probably do it. I'll make it public. Don't worry, man. I'm still yeah. The counter is weird. I think the counter screwed up because I think there's two or there's probably three people in here. There's probably one person not talking, and then you, Zachary, and Brian. So it's weird. I don't trust the counter. To be honest, I never watched Big Bang Theory, so I don't really know the whole controversy with the nerds, so I can't really speak on it. Yeah, like it's a thing in nerd culture, man. Like it's a thing because I'm kind of have my finger on the pulse on nerd culture when well I mean what's left of it now, but not really now. More back when it was in its heyday. Like, and I know I'm not to I don't want to go too deep far down this rabbit hole, but like on 4chan, I know there's that meme, and it got outside of 4chan or whatever, but the meme, like the Zimbabwe meme, and just people making fun of Sheldon and like just the laugh track and stuff. Like I get that. Like I get like, but that's all sitcoms though. See, that's the thing is like all sitcoms have stupid laugh tracks and like that's just a sitcom argument, period. But anyway, it's a whole thing in nerd culture, man. Like people just got really upset and like and I mean, I'm not gonna say I wasn't part of it. I wasn't at the beginning. Again, like I said, the beginning was great. And then yeah, I'll admit, once it went on and on, it became kind of stupid, but I don't even know if I should even go down this rabbit hole, Zachary. I mean, let me know if you want to talk about it more. But basically the short the TLDR, like the short version of it is nerds got offended. Basically they're being made fun of. Basically, that's the short version. And like they felt like it was fake. It was fake nerds making fun of nerds. Is that was the argument? So I don't know if you want to keep talking about it. Let me know. Exactly. I really enjoyed the character development interaction that happens in most shows. And yeah, that was my argument. It was just them goofing around like that. It was pure gold at the beginning. It was I'm like when I first saw that those first couple episodes and like almost that whole season, I'm like, this is great. This is gold. This is nerds. It's just nerds goofing around. It's just pure nerd culture and just nerds just goofing around doing nerdy things. It was great. It was hilarious. I thought that was great. And then it just they started then it just nosedived after that. They just started focusing on the relationship because I know what happened. It got popular. It got popular. Again, I didn't even know about it. My friend, my comic book nerd friend, they told me about it. And he said, "You need to watch the show." He's like, "It's hilarious." They hang out in comic book shop. They talk about comic book stuff. It's hilarious. And I'm like, "Oh man, I'm all over it." And I think I bought the first season on DVD, and I'm like, "This is great." And then I watched it, and then like I said, most season two was pretty good, and then it just nosedives. It just because it got popular. Became popular, and then it just yeah, like I said, anytime a show does that, it nosedives. Like Walking Dead. I don't even want to go down this rabbit hole. Walking Dead, man, that was another one. God, that nosedive quick. That first season was fantastic. That first season was so great. And then most of season two, I think, was good, great too. And then it just nosedived. And I know there was some behind the scenes stuff like Frank Darabont or whatever, and there was some behind the scenes problems, and I know that was a big part of it. But it's the same kind of thing. I feel like it just because it got popular, and they just went, okay, let's just who cares? We'll just you know um what do you call it? They just tried to cater to the lowest common denominator, and then it just nosedived. Sorry, I'm sorry. I don't know if anybody on there wants to talk about Walking Dead, but man, that nosedived. I think your view counter is definitely not correct. Yeah, it's not. I think it's screwed up because I think there's at least two or three. I know there's YouTube and then there's probably somebody else in here. Absolutely, you should post on the main page. I want to join. Okay, yeah, I'll do it. I'll post in the stream, Zachary. Maybe I'll post in the stream and then I'll probably just post it to the main page. I probably will just so people can talk to me. I want to give you guys non patron people. You guys, I need to treat you guys a little better. So I need to give you guys some stuff. So I'll do that. I'll do that. Got to go. Great stream. Okay, Brian. No problem. Again, you don't have to. You can just leave. You don't. I appreciate it. I appreciate you telling me you're leaving. So I'm probably not going to go as long this time, unless I get. I know. It seems like every time I say that, I feel like I'm jinxing myself because I had that with P last night. That was his name. Just P dot or whatever. I kept saying that, and then he joined, and then I talked for another hour. So I don't know. We'll see. Friday night, people. I might do another one on Saturday or Sunday because I notice I think I get more people. Friday night people go out. I think so. I don't get as much on Friday as I do on like Saturday or Sunday. Zachary Waxter, do you have a favorite anime? Ooh, that's I haven't watched a lot of anime. Zachary, don't get mad at me. I'm trying to get more into it. You know, it's interesting to bring that up because I was wanting to watch. Um, I've been kind of wanting to get into like mech stuff, like robot stuff, mech stuff. And I know there's Western mechs and there's like Japanese mechs. I want to watch Neon Genesis Evangelion. I've heard like such great things about that show, and I love robots. Like I'm really interested in mechs and robots and stuff. I'm very intrigued by it. So, um, yeah, what's your opinion on that, Zachary? I have watched anime. Don't mean no. Hang on, I know you're gonna say, how do you not like anime? No, I do. I do. No, no. I'm. I know you're joking. I've. It's weird, man. My best friend was huge in anime. My best friend throughout like grade school, in middle school, and high school was a huge anime nerd. He's a huge otaku, like huge. And I got into some of it. Like I liked. I'm weird. I'm freaking weird because I've okay. If you're gonna talk big, if you're even here, are you here, Zachary? I know I can't trust the counter. Just say something. Cowboy Bebop. Cowboy Bebop. I like Cowboy Bebop. That's the only anime I've watched like all the way through. Cowboy Bebop. Um, I watched that. Um, like in terms of like popular stuff, I'm trying to think. I watched some movies. I'm more of a movie guy. I'm weird. I'm not. I shouldn't say I'm weird. I'm I'm more of a movie guy than TV guy. I would rather watch an anime movie. So I've seen some anime movies. Like I've seen Ghost in the Shell. The Ghost in the Shell movie is fantastic. I need to watch a show. I know I do. Saw Ghost in the Shell, the movie. I saw the Cowboy Bebop show and the movie, and I'm missing one. I know I am. There's another big one I missed. Akira. I've seen Akira, and then I mean the Animatrix. Yeah, I mean the Animatrix counts. I've seen the Animatrix. If you want to count that, Animatrix. I know it's based off a Western property, but those, and I've seen bits and pieces of Dragon Ball Z. I've seen bits and pieces of Dragon Ball Z because I didn't get cable till I was like in high school. I did not have cable most of my life. I know I missed out. I missed out on like Toonami. I missed out on like most Toonami. I missed out on a lot of that stuff. I was a I was a public TV kid, so I missed out on a lot of that stuff. I mean, if you want to count like Digimon and Pokemon, I watched that. But if you for a favorite, since we're going back to that, I guess I'll say like I guess if we're just I want to say Ghost in the Shell. I like Cowboy Bebop a lot, but I think I like the Ghost in the Shell movie. Like just if you're just saying anime period, I might say Ghost in the Shell. Ghost in the Shell. I'm gonna go with that because I like the Matrix a lot, and the Matrix rips off Ghost in the Shell quite a bit. So I never watched Neon Genesis, but I've heard it's really good. Yeah, it's like mech. Like I'm interested in mech stuff. I kind of want to get into mech stuff. I never knew anybody that was into mech stuff, but I'm curious about it. I played some mech video games. Like I played Mecha Warrior and like Heavy Metal, or is it? I think that's what it's called. I played some mech games, so I'm interested in. When I was a kid, I'm kind of interested in like getting into like the lore of it, like BattleTech. There was a guy on the last stream I was talking to who knew a lot about BattleTech, and I thought about getting into that. So and Neon Genesis is it's big, it's Max. So I have seen Cowboy Bebop and it's amazing. Oh yeah, it's great. It's great. I don't know. Like I said, I think Ghost in the Shell. I like Ghost in the Shell a little better though. I've seen some of the show. I shouldn't. I've seen the show. I've seen the movie. I've seen the movie like 100%. I've seen the show, bits and pieces of the show, and I liked what I saw. I need to watch it. I need to watch it because I really enjoyed it. And I really, but go, yeah, Cowboy Bebop was good too. That was great. It's great. Ever watch Ghost in the Shells? Oh yeah, the movie. You can watch the movie standalone. The movie is totally standalone. I recommend. I recommend. I think the movie is first. I think. Watch the movie. The movie's great. Like if you like the Matrix, I mean, even if you don't like the Matrix, but like if you even just period, like if you like action movies, just sci-fi and action, like it's great. That the Ghost in the Shell movie is great. It's great. Just watch. I watched it blind. I think I rented it. I rented it from. I think I rented it from the library. I remember I could have I want to say my library had a really good like movie selection. I think that's where I saw it. I rented it from the library, and I'm like, oh my god, this is great. This is amazing. Like I was not expecting. I thought it'd just be some generic cartoon or I didn't know anything. I did not know. I didn't know a ton about anime at the time. It's great. It's fantastic. You want to get into mech stuff, I recommend start going into Gundam. I will admit, though, it does get a little confusing and ridiculous sometimes, but is the granddaddy of all mecha anime. Yeah, yeah, I know Gundam. I knew a guy that was into Gundam. Are there books and like? See, I'm more of a novel guy than a comic book. Ooh, don't crucify me, but when I was younger, I was in when I was in more into comic books in my hands. I was more into comic books when I was younger. The older I'm getting, I like novels. I'm more of a book guy the older I'm getting. So are there novels or is it mainly like an anime manga thing, like comic book thing? I'll probably still get into it, but I'm still intrigued, but I'm more of a novel guy. And I think that's why Battletech intrigues me a little more because it's novel. It's more novels and that kind of stuff. And Michael Stackpole wrote some of them, and he's probably one of my favorite Star Wars authors. So there's manga and there's a buttload of Gundam books, but I don't know or where to find them. Also, you may really need to watch the shows. Okay, okay, yeah, I'll just probably watch the show then. I'll watch the shows. Oh man, ouch. Um, yeah, Zachary, you and my friend will get along because he was really into anime. He liked Western like cartoons and Western comics too. But he was really into anime and manga and stuff. I was more in the Western stuff. I was more we kind of that's probably we balance each other out because he was really into like anime. Actually, it's funny. He was into anime and manga, and he liked Marvel, and I liked novels. I was more novels and comic books, and I was a DC guy. So we probably balance each other out. That's just me though. Since I love Gundam since I was a wee little lad, so I'm a little biased in telling you that. But despite the weird dialogue and confusing plot, sometimes it is really good. Yeah, I've heard good things. I've heard good things. I'll get into it. I'm I just heard I don't know, like I've heard like Neon Genesis is like the godfather of I think is Gundam from what I've seen Gundam's like the like no, I shouldn't say this. Like I don't know, maybe I shouldn't say anything because I'm not knowledgeable about this enough, but from what I understand, Neon Genesis is like it's like the godfather of mechs. Like it just has this really complex plot. It's just really like it's really in depth and really like trying to it's really like intricate. It has a very intricate plot. It's very like in depth and stuff. So I just, God, I was gonna watch it last night, but my Netflix, stupid Netflix, I bum off my dad's Netflix account, and they're doing that stupid. They're cracking down now. I should have took advantage of it ahead of time because they have the whole thing on Netflix, and I'm lazy. I'm starting to get lazy the older I'm getting, and I don't feel like downloading crap. So I don't know. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. Maybe you know what? Hey, you know what, Zachary? Maybe I'll just get into Gundam now. Here, maybe now since maybe this is a sign. since you're telling me about Gundam and my Netflix thing, I got kicked off of Netflix. Maybe I'll get into Gundam. Maybe this is a sign, and then maybe I'll go from there. Maybe I'll try to watch Neon Genesis later or something. Oh yeah, I've heard Genesis is like the Godfather of Mecha, but I haven't gotten around to watch it yet. I really need to. Yeah, I mean, again, I don't think anybody's ever really said those exact words, but just from what I've gathered, like within the community, it's kind of considered like the Godfather. It's like the apex of mech stuff. So I don't know. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. I thought about I'm thinking about getting into anime a little bit because I kind of didn't much. Like I said, my friends, I had a couple friends that were really my best friend, and then I had one other friend who was really super into anime, and they kind of sort of tried to get me into it, and I watched some of it, but not a whole lot, not a whole lot, not like not much. So I'm thinking about now, thinking about doing it now, thinking about kind of dipping my toes into it a little more now. So I don't know. I got so much stuff. I've got like there's just so many things I want to get into, and I just don't have time. Like it's just like being an adult. I have I don't know. It's weird. I have free time and I don't. It's hard to explain. I don't have any kids or anything. I probably need to do it now. Well, since I don't have any kids yet, I need to probably do all this now. I already know. I know what's gonna happen. Like, 'cause people always tell me when you have kids, man, like your free time is just gone. Like, yeah. So I need to do it now, I guess, and stop procrastinating. Neither me. All mine were anime guys, but I was more of an X-Men comic guy, but that all changed when I watched Dragon Ball. Yeah, I've Dragon Ball I know I've heard is like the gateway. That's like the gateway drug, isn't it? That's kind of people joke about that, like it's the gateway drug. It's the gateway drug into anime. See, I didn't have that. I didn't have cable. I didn't get cable till high school. I just kind of caught the very tail end of of the Dragon Ball because they were still rerunning it. I think it was past like the craze was already over, and they were just rerunning it. So I missed it. I missed that craze. I remember I had friends. I had friends like, "Oh man, Dragon Ball, like the best thing ever," and I'm like, I'm not. Yeah, there's pre-cable, man. You have to understand, pre-internet, there was no streaming. In the '90s and in the 2000s, most of the 2000s, there was no streaming. You could not Gen Z kids, man, and younger people. You have no idea how good you have it. You have no idea. You can just like if your friend is into something, you can just go, "Oh man, I'll watch it," and you can just see. I didn't have cable, and I didn't have I had the internet, but there was no streaming. I couldn't just pull up whatever I wanted, man. I'm not talking about you exactly, but I'm just speaking in general here. Man, it's just so much easier now. It's so much easier to find stuff now. So I'm envious in a way of younger kids in that respect. But yeah, I had friends they were like same like you, like Dragon Ball, and that is like from there on. Yeah. If you ever have a son, I suggest you name him Zachary. Yeah. Zachary. That's a nice name, yeah. Maybe I will, Zachary. Um, but I was almost Jake. Jake. I think I was almost a Zachary. I think Jake and Zachary were gonna be my names. I think that was one of my names. I was possibly gonna be named that. So I was almost you, Zachary. Almost. In an alternate universe, there's a doppelganger. In a different universe, there's a me running around with your name probably. Um, your first name at least in the multiverse. If you want to talk about DC guys, so multiverse. I know Marvel has a multiverse too, doesn't it? I don't know if you know Marvel stuff, but yeah, Dragon Ball. It's weird. I know about Dragon Ball stuff through like cultural osmosis. Like I don't know if you know what I mean by that. My dad tried to name me Luke Sky Wagster. Oh my god, that's awesome. That's hilarious. Luke Sky Wagster. That's great. Are you serious? Like your dad sounds hilarious. If that's true, that's hilarious. There's a lot of people named. Supposedly, I'm sure there's a lot of people out there named Luke because of that movie. And I know they're not if we're talking about EU stuff. I remember reading somewhere. I think I think it was Movies On or somebody said that they were at a convention and they said that they were somebody walked up to him and said, "Yeah, I was named Jason because of my parents read you know the Zahn trilogy or whatever. They named me Jason." So the different spelling of it, even the different spelling of it. So um, yes, my dad is awesome, but seriously though, my name was either going to be Luke Zachary or Cody. Oh, okay, that's funny. Oh man, I had a friend named Cody. Yeah, I didn't know anybody named Luke. I never knew anybody named Luke. Zach and Cody, though, yeah, both of those are. I heard those names all the time in the '90s, in the 2000s. Um. Anyway, um, I don't know. I'm trying to think of. I need to watch Dragon Ball too. I know it's kind of like it's past me. I mean, I know it's like a kid. Is that watchable as an adult? I'm kind of been tempted to watch that sort of too. I don't know if that's watchable as an adult though, because there's some shows like just in general, in cartoons or anime or whatever that you can't watch as an adult. It like just doesn't hold up. All right, do you have a favorite Star Wars Legends couple? If so, are they your favorite Star Wars Legends couple? Oof, that's tough. My gut, I like Jane and Kyle, but my gut is Jason and Tenoch. That's my gut reaction because I like Kyle and Jam, but they didn't have a whole lot of fleshing out. I'm gonna go with yeah, Jason and Tenoch because they had a lot of they went to school, they went to Jedi school together, they went to the Jedi Academy together, they kind of grew up together. They have a lot of history, and I just like that like I don't know if you've read the Young Jedi Knights books, but um they just seem to mesh real well because Jason was kind of a jokester. He joked around a lot. Like he had a really good sense of humor. I That's probably why I connected with Jason a lot because Jason, I was a jokester. I was like Jason. I joked around a lot. I was kind of the class clown, like Jason. So I connected to him a lot. And then Tennille was kind of like she was kind of stiff, and she was kind of like regal or whatever. And then Jason kind of got through the exterior, through the tough exterior, and got her to joke. And she started joking, like she kind of started lightening up and joking. And yeah, I like that. I like the relationship a lot because I'm like that. I guess I can relate to it because I'm like that. I like to joke. I like to laugh. I like to have fun. So nice. Your favorite couple is still Luke and Mary. Of course, it's classic. Yeah, of course. Of course. They're up there. They're probably my top three. I'd say probably I like Coran and Mirax though too. Coran and Mirax have a pretty good it's tough. That's tough. There's a lot of good EU couples. I do like Jane. Jane and Kyle are pretty good though too. They did get some fleshing out in like in the novels, in the novelettes or whatever. So I'd probably say Jason and Tenoch number one, then um probably Kyle and Jan, and then probably Luke and Mara probably be number three. But they're all great. The EU, see, that's the thing. That's what's so great about the EU. They had time to flesh all that out. They could flesh all that out, which it's great. I love that. That's what's great about books. That's why I love books, and especially in this day and age, it's just so people don't care. Like people don't. Most people don't sit. Don't have. Don't. either want to take the time or I mean, some of us probably don't have the time, but people don't want to take the time to just sit and read all that. And I do. I love that. I love when you flesh out, you know, just worlds and just relationships and just not necessarily relationships, I guess, but you know what I mean. Like just like fleshing out characters. I love that. I love that stuff. I love how there's whole like there's people who were born. It's crazy when you think about. I was thinking about it the other day. It's just crazy. There were people that were born, lived, and died entirely in the EU. Like Jason. That's Jason to me sums up the EU. He sums up the EU because he was born at the beginning of it. And that I know I'm having trouble here articulating it, but he sums it up for me. He was born at the beginning of it and he died near the end of it. Like it's pretty much the end to me. Like Fate of the Jedi was okay, but it should have just ended. Legacy of the Force, it should have just ended. The post RTJEU. I mean, I know Lucino. I don't know if you know this, but Lucino actually he wrote New Jedi Order as the end. Is like it was originally, and supposedly there's some other evidence that I think actually Lucasfilm actually told him to write it. They told him to write it as the end of the post ROTJ EU, and I think he from what I understand that was the intent, and I can totally get it. And I'm a little bit of an apologist for Legacy of the Force. I know it gets a lot of hate, and I have problems with it. Don't get me wrong, I do. It's a good epilogue. I think it's a decent epilogue, and but it should have just ended there. Like to me, that's you killed off Jason. Like that's the end of it. I'm sorry, I don't know if I'm spoiling things for you here, Jasakra. I apologize, if I am, but like that should have just been the end of it. That should have been the end of the post RTJEU. Fate of the Jedi. Just I don't know. I don't hate it, but I don't really care for it much. So oh man, I might have just spoiled some things for you. Sorry. Um, you probably already knew that though, but books are generally better than movies when it comes to fleshing out characters, taking time to actually secure what your characters are going. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's my argument. I'm a book guy. I'm a book arg. I will argue for books. I will die on the hill. And things are changing, man. I don't know. I'm not sure how old you are, Zachary, but like I'm a little worried about like the future of books and just long form content in general because like younger generations just don't have the attention span. Like they cannot sit and I just I don't see Gen Zers and alphas just sitting and reading books. I don't see it. My generation. I'm a millennial and it was barely I felt like it was already kind of a dying thing when I was a kid. I felt like the last gasp of it was like Harry Potter and kind of everything that sprung out of that. Like I know Aragon and like all those. There was a big like YA like kind of I don't want to call it like Renaissance there, and I felt like that was the last gasp of like of kids reading. I feel like that was the last big gasp of it, and then just I just don't see. I don't see people. I don't hell adults, older people. I don't even see older people reading books anymore. I don't see it. I'm not trying to be like a pessimist here, but I don't see it. I feel horrible. I mean, I almost kind of feel horrible saying this, but it's just like it saddens me. I know COVID did kind of flip things a little bit. I know COVID supposedly they said got robbed. I know used bookstores kind of made a comeback, and books kind of sort of came made a comeback because people had to sit inside for months. But that's it's like what? It's like almost like you like what you gotta have a gun pointed in your head. You gotta like be forced to be locked down to read a book. Like even that's still a little sad, but it was something I guess. Oh man, ooh, did I spoil that for you? Whoops. Sorry, Zachary. As I said before in the past, I'm kind of like an EU noob. Oh, it's all right. Sorry. Well, whoops. I don't know. Sorry. I'm 17 years old and I agree. I'm a huge bookworm, but I'm a needle in a haystack when it comes to other kids around me. Most of them don't even like touching books. Yeah, see. Okay, you're just reinforcing what I believe. Yeah. It saddens me. No, I mean, Zachary, that you're cool, man. You're awesome. I'm so glad that there are some young kids out there, and I know I know they're out there. You're not the only one, Zachary. There's people that like to read. There's young people. I'm not saying it doesn't exist, but even you're saying it. You're a needle in a haystack. Yeah, you're like one in a million, man. You should take that and run with that because it's just not. I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't. It's a lot of things. I mean, I don't know if I should get into it now, but you know, attention span, and it's just among people. Period. I don't even mean to pick on your generation, Zachary. It's just people in general. Like people in general do not have attention spans. They do not. They don't. They just do not have the. I mean, people complain about movies being too long. That's ridiculous. Like movies and TV shows taking being too long. Like that's ridiculous to me. It's like an hour, two maybe tops. But the longest movies are like 2.5 hours, maybe. That's nothing. That's nothing. You know, I spend more than that driving. You know, that's nothing. So I don't know. Oh yeah, I've met other people my age that love to read, but I think reading books is just a hobby slowly dying. It is. It is. It's dying. I hate to say it. It pains me. It pains me to say that, but it is. It's a dying hobby. I know it is. It is. It saddens me. It's the only thing there's some good things that come out of it though. I talked about this on another stream. There's some good things. Like if you are a book lover, you it's like it is we're in a golden age of like finding books for cheap or free. People will give you books. Like people will just throw away books. It's great for like finding books. And even in terms of like the stuff that's being put out, like um yeah. No, I mean, I'll argue. Like, I mean, you've got people like Brandon Sanderson, you've got people out there. They're just there's great stuff coming out. And even just let's just say forget you don't even like new stuff. There's there's millions of amazing books out there. There's so much great stuff to read. And I shouldn't even say anything about Brandon Sanderson because I haven't technically read any of his stuff yet. But I've heard such great things about him. And people are saying like people are almost kind of from what I'm gathering, like people are saying he's kind of saving fantasy. Is that I mean, correct me if I'm wrong here. I know people kind of used to say George R. R. Martin was kind of doing that, but he's just sitting on his fat butt now. He's not doing anything. So like it gives me hope. It gives me a little bit of hope. We're in a weird place. Like we're in a very weird place with media in general right now, but with especially books. Books are in a very weird place right now. I feel like it's becoming a niche thing. It's becoming a niche thing, but it's like But I don't know. It's like I can't even articulate it. I feel like it's becoming a niche thing, but it's also kind of not. I feel like I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but I think overall, yes, it's dying, and it saddens me. It really saddens me. I've actually never heard of him until you mentioned him. Yeah, Brandon Sanderson. I'm surprised because I don't read a lot of new books. I don't, and even I've heard of him. He's like the up and coming like he's the new fantasy. He's the hot ticket, whatever you want to call him. He's the new hot guy, the new hot thing in fantasy right now. The new guy, like writing all the stuff that all the younger people are reading. So I don't know. I just I think there's a part of me that thinks it'll come back though. I think I don't want to go too deep down like conspiracy rabbit hole here, but I do like I'm just gonna say it. I know it's gonna sound a little weird, but I think at some point, like we're gonna, because I mean, we're gonna have some kind of like I don't know what you want to call it, but Like if we ever have like a big worldwide internet crash, like if like a sun, what do you want to call it? A solar flare. I don't know if you know this, Agri, and I'm probably gonna end this here soon because I'm starting to get a little weird here. But like a solar flare, like if we had a really bad solar flare, that would just wipe everything out. Like it would basically wipe out our entire. It would wipe out the internet essentially. It would wipe out our infrastructure in terms of like our electronic infrastructure. So if we had like a really bad solar, which could happen at any moment, we haven't had a really bad one since the 1800s. I think we had one in the 1800s, and it wiped out telegrams, the telegram system. That's all it did, and it barely even did that because it was set up differently. But they say supposedly if we had a really bad solar flare, like even not even a really bad one, but like a halfway decent size one, it would pretty much wipe out the internet. So if we had some kind of like a thing that wiped out the internet, it would people would have to deal with it. People have to find other ways to to do things. So I don't know. I think people are getting people are I think people are getting a little too comfortable with everything being digital. I think we're treading down a little bit of a precarious path there by making everything digital. Because all it would take is like that or like some kind of an EMP, some kind of crazy EMP thing could just totally wipe everything out. I don't know. I know I'm getting a little goofy here because I'm getting a little tired, but I don't know. I just think that I think that I'm concerned, and I'm not the only one. There's a lot of people are. I'm concerned that we're putting everything on the internet, and I'm a tech guy. I'm like a tech. I love technology. I'm a tech nerd, and I'm an IT guy. I've worked in IT and stuff, and I still kind of do, and it worries me. It concerns me that we're doing this, that we're just totally putting everything up on the internet and just throwing caution to the wind and not even worrying about backing things up physically or whatever. I don't know. I'm just concerned is all. And I feel like it'll come full circle eventually, but that's for another time, I guess. Zachary Waxter, oh yeah, definitely, but it goes to show that people only change their attention span under extreme circumstances. Yeah, that's kind of my argument. It's just I most people take the path of least resistance. I'm learning that. Somebody told me that a while back, and I'm starting to realize they were right. Most people just do what's easiest, and it's easier to just sit and watch a TV show or play a video game than it is, or go on social media. It's just quick. It's quick endorphin rush. You don't have to put anything into it. I get it. I'm not. I don't really. I'm defended, but I get it. I get it. A book takes more effort. You have to sit there and concentrate, and you have to understand the words, and you have to really like absorb it. It takes more work. A book is a lot more work than a movie, even like a movie or a video game or whatever. It's not it's more work. So and most people don't want to put in the work. I get it, especially if you have a stressful job. I get it. I totally understand that. But it just saddens me. I don't know, but COVID was weird because I feel like COVID, like, I know it was terrible and all that, but it almost kinda, like I feel like it made everybody kinda, like, it made people reevaluate things and, like, made people kinda stop and go, "Okay, wait a minute. Like, I have to actually be stuck," like we were talking about. It made people kinda come together, and it made people stop and smell the roses. I know it was terrible, but I that part of it that part of it I liked. I like that. It made people kinda stop and smell the roses and, like people had to actually entertain themselves and find ways to, do things without having constant stimulation. So anyway, oh yeah, definitely. But I also feel bad for authors. Imagine putting your blood and sweat into a story and then just be told it's too long. I'm not going to read because it's too long. Yeah. Hey, Zachary, I'm writing a book. I'm writing a book. I haven't said this. You're exclusive here. You're the only person. I think I'm on the channel I told this to. I'm writing a horror novel. I'm writing a horror novel, and you're and I've heard other because I've mentioned other people, and you're giving me. I'm not sure what I want to do with it. I'm thinking about like if or I should say if when I finish it, who I'm going to try to sell it to. I might not even try to sell it to like a book publisher. I'm thinking about just because I've had people tell me just try to get it made into a movie or just a video game or something because people don't read. I'm really thinking about just trying to go to like a video game company or something. I'm thinking about just going straight to like, a video game company or movie company or something. I don't know. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with it. I'll at least self-publish it. Bare minimum, I'm gonna self-publish it. Oh yeah, I got any ideas for the story you want to tell? Man, I'm tempted. I'm a little tired right now, so I'm worried I'm gonna. Ooh, I'm okay. I'll give you a little tease, but I'll go into more depth on another stream when I'm a little bit more awake. Um, but okay, so I'm just gonna give you one sentence, and I'm just gonna leave it at that. It's basically trying to think how to sum it up in a way, try to make it not spoil too much. Think, okay, it's basically like think of like the scariest haunted house possible. Like not even like a haunted house, like what's like the ultimate nightmare of like being trapped inside something, inside like in like a structure of some kind, like a building or some kind of a structure, except except it's in space. That's all I'm gonna say. Extreme haunted house in space. And I'm getting too like out of it right now. I'll go into more detail, Zachary, I promise. But I'm just gonna tease you with that. Extreme haunted house in space. I don't know if that intrigues you at all. Let me know. Damn, bro, based on the description, it sounds pretty cool. Yeah, you can be honest. Yeah. I'm trying to. I could. That's the only thing that comes to my head without giving too much away. I want to talk about it so bad, man, but I'm kind of for some reason I'm kind of tired, and I'm worried I'm gonna just butcher it. Remind me. I'll give you the Discord. I'm gonna give you the Discord here, and then um we can talk about it later or tomorrow or something. But yeah, picture like I'm trying to think of like I almost want to tell you a movie that's kind of similar to it, but I don't want to give it away. I feel like it's gonna give too much away. I'm really tempted. I'll just wait. I'll just wait. I'm just gonna leave it at that. And you seem intrigued by that, so I'm just gonna say that extreme haunted house in space, like scariest haunted house, like structure thing you've ever been inside, but in space. Oh, I'll tell you. I'll tell you more. I'll tell you more. Oh, maybe. Man, I'm so tempted to tell you like a movie that is kind of similar to it, but I don't. Man, I'm worried. Trying to maybe I'll give you a little more. Hang on. Okay, maybe Zachary. What's the scary? What's your favorite horror movie? Like scariest? What do you consider the scariest horror movie for you? And then I'll go off of that, and I'll tell you if it's scarier than that, or like more like intense than that, or less intense, or whatever. It's probably gonna be more intense, but I mean, this is gonna, I'm planning on making this intense. Like, I'm almost like scared to show it to my family because I made it really intense. I'm almost like I'm almost worried about showing it to my family. I might not. I might just like, oof. I'm not gonna show it to my mom at all. I'm definitely not showing it to my mom. My mom would have nightmares and like get mad at me. Got no horror movies, scary movie scenes. Oh man, oh yeah, no, it's like, oh man, you need to watch more horror movies. Okay, no, it's way more. It's maybe way scarier than that, dude. It's way scarier, way more intense. But I'll talk more about it when here. How about this, Zachary? When Halloween gets closer, I'll start talking about it more. I promise. And I might even, I'll do some stuff with it. I might like show off the cover, and I've got a cover and everything all picked out. So I'm just gonna leave it at that for now. But I'll talk more about it. Don't worry. Here, I'll give you the Discord link here real quick, and then I'm probably gonna end this because I think you're the only one here, Zachary. So unless you got like something else really like pressing you want to talk about, here I'll get you the Discord link. Just hang on a second, and then I'll probably make it public. Just hang on a second. I need to eat, I think, and relax a little bit. Okay, all right, here we go. Okay, trying to remember how you do this. Invite people. Sorry, hang on a second. Sorry about that. Got a little distracted there. Okay, I'm posting it here. No, I'll probably post it on the main thing here. Got nothing to say, man. Anyways, nice to talk to you. Yeah, of course. So yeah, if you want to grab I'll just show it in the video real quick here, I guess, for anybody that's watching this. But I'll probably just post it on the page here at some point. Anyway, let me know if you got that, Zach. I'm assuming you're still here. You might have left. Okay. All right. Okay, you're in. All right, awesome. All right. I guess I'll leave it at that. So, thanks everybody who was here. Um, yeah, I'll be doing this again soon. Probably, I don't know if I'm gonna do another one this weekend. Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. I'll be around. So, more Star Wars books are on the way, folks. Anybody who's watching this, if you're worried about Star Wars stuff, it's on the way. Don't worry. So, I will leave it at that and say goodbye. So, as always, maybe the force be with you always.